Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to the podcast Stuff with Steve today. And here I am in my office today, and I have Kaleea with me. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So what's good about today?
I'm awake, and there's crumbled cookies outside.
Oh, crumble cookies, okay.
So
all right, good.
I'm trying not to eat one for breakfast.
All right. So does that mean you're going to have one later?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, all right. Good deal. And yeah. So I feel like a Labrador today. I'm just glad to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of like happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. So, yeah, so it's a good day. So today I thought we'd talk about something that's a very culturally appropriate this time of year, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Yay.
Okay, and when it's next week, right?
Monday.
It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell I've planned out what I'm going to do for Valentine's Day. All right. So we have, do you know what you're doing for Valentine's Day?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, probably won't decide until the last minute.
Okay, this is your first Valentine's Day as a married person.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
So is Devin taking you out to dinner, or you just...
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, McDonald's?
Maybe. No, I don't know. Yeah, we should probably do something.
Probably do something a little better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm sure he will. He's
Yeah.
a classic guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So talking about Valentine's Day, it just kind of occurs to me that, you know, there's some maybe things with Valentine's Day that could be a little negative or a little difficult for people, and it comes with some positive things too. So there seems like a mixed bag a little bit for some people. And I did a little bit of research on the history of Valentine's Day, and I quickly discovered nobody really knows about the history of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that there are some maybe traditional thoughts about Valentine's Day that may or may not be accurate, and there's no historical, what we call research to validate certain things about Valentine's Day. But one of the things, I actually searched my Bible software, which is pretty significant, and there were no articles or journal articles about a man named Saint Valentine.
Huh.
And just a little blurb, so I knew right away there's not much historical
value, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So some people think he was a pastor who in the Roman world and in the 3rd century did weddings for people because it was not allowed to do weddings, and he was doing weddings, so he got this, you know, the saint of love kind of thing. Others think that it came from a Roman pagan debauchery, orgy-filled kind of a seasonal thing in February.
Right. Much like their others.
Much like every other Roman holiday was like that. And the Christians tried to redeem that. And so there could be some truth to that. Could be. So, but nobody really knows. So I was thinking about this Valentine's Day, and I wrote down what are the kind of the downsides of Valentine's Day. And one of them I wrote down was, it costs too much.
Yikes. Yes, it does.
How
much exactly does it cost, Steve?
Well, Kaleea, I'm glad you asked. In America this year, it's estimated $30 billion will be spent on Valentine's.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Yeah, it's doubled since 2011 from 14 billion to 30.
Yeah, and 2 years ago it was 26 billion because I looked it up on a chart, and you're laughing at me, and so it's just
You're
a lot of money.
You're an analyst, yeah.
I analyze things. So we just have this thing about Valentine's Day, the money thing, and so if I go to the florist and I buy roses for Mary, they're 3 times the amount that they were 6 weeks ago.
Right.
I mean, I understand the economics of that. They're trying to make a profit. That's good, but doesn't mean I have to buy them.
Right. You'll just celebrate Valentine's Day 6 weeks in advance.
Or 6 weeks after.
Or after,
right? So, or I buy things that are not quite as expensive as roses, like carnations.
Yeah.
And they last longer. So just...
I didn't know that. That's
you didn't know
good
that?
To know, yeah.
I'm helpful to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so, and you can buy red ones or white ones. And
cool.
Anyway, so there's also pink carnations. I know this.
Yeah. Cool.
So you didn't know I knew.
I didn't know that. No, I don't really think about carnations. I associate them with funerals.
Okay, don't get Devin carnations.
Yeah.
That's not his thing. I know him. Okay, so we have that, but there's also this aspect of Valentine's Day. It's the pressure thing.
Yeah, so much pressure.
I feel pressure when it comes to Valentine's Day. Do you feel pressure?
No, not for me, but I know Devin feels pressure.
Okay, so what kind of pressure do you think Devin feels?
Just the anxiety of getting the right gift and impressing me. Yes.
See, that's it 100%.
Yeah.
So I feel the pressure. I go to the store and I'm trying to pick out a Valentine's Day card. First off, there are like 1 million choices.
There are.
For Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at it, I'm going, will Mary want a funny one or a sappy one or a romantic one?
You get both.
I'm supposed to buy.
And then you're $15 down the drain.
For a card that's going to be thrown away the next day.
Yeah.
Right? So there's just all this pressure. Which card do I get? And then what do I write in the card?
Don't ever leave the card blank.
Well, no, I've never left the card blank, but just I love you. Do I write a lengthy note?
Yeah.
Do I try to come up with a poem? And I'm not a poet. That's not good in my life.
Yeah.
And so there's just pressure with that.
Right.
There's also pressure with if you're going to get a gift. Well, what's your gift?
Yeah.
It's just pressure for guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the negatives about.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for that.
It's anxiety inducing for sure.
Yeah. So the other thing that I think can be a little negative or it's an issue today, depending on so when I was in school, kids gave Valentine's Day cards to other kids. Did they?
Yes.
Mine was a long time ago. So
yeah, we gave out Valentine's Day cards.
Okay. So before this podcast, we were in here and John Green tells us that he has kids at home and in their schools that they, not supposed to give cards or they're supposed to buy the same card and give it to and they have to give it to everybody.
Yeah. That's how it was when I was a kid.
You had to give it to everybody?
Yeah. You couldn't just pick a specific student.
Okay.
Not in elementary school anyway. I think middle and high school it changed, but feelings got hurt.
So so that's the issue, right? So trying to protect kids from feeling left out, right? It's kind of like picking people for teams at recess.
Dodgeball,
Dodgeball, right? Okay, so we got that thing going on. I don't know if all schools do that today, but there is some of that pressure.
Yeah.
And but people have been giving Valentine's Day cards at school forever. My mother actually kept all of hers.
Aw, sweet.
And they're from the 1930s.
Wow.
All these old vintage Valentine's Day cards.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that pretty amazing?
Yeah.
So people do keep those things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have this pressure with the kids. But I think there's another issue or another pressure point with Valentine's Day, and that's if you're single.
Yeah. What do singles do on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, a single person told me that they hate Valentine's Day. It's the worst day of their the holiday.
Year,
yeah, for them.
Dang. Yeah. I think for me, when I was single, I would do something called Valentines Day, where I would just hang out with my friends and we would get dinner and flowers for each other and hang out. So
you called it
Valentine's Day. Yeah. GAL. Yeah. And I think there should be, if there isn't, some kind of male version of that where guys just get together, or guys and girls get together and just hang out. I think it's a day where you can pour into your friendships and relationships.
It just seems it seems like to me that in churches sometimes we have these like Valentine's Day banquets, or we have Valentine's Day dances in church, and all for maybe good reasons, but inadvertently it sends a message that if you're not married, then there's something wrong with you.
Right.
Or
you can't be in on the fun.
Yeah. So when I first started in ministry here at this church 22 years ago, they already had a Valentine's Day banquet. And they had a Valentine's Day dance, and it was a formal thing. You were supposed to get really dressed up. Coat and tie kind of thing, and they had formal pictures out in the lobby and and that kind of a thing as well, and so the formal dance was literally a formal dance.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. But who got rid of it?
Well, it just kind of went away. It wasn't me. You're looking at me like I did away with it.
Did you get rid of it?
No, it just kind of...
It just fizzled out, kind of.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't in charge.
Okay. Yeah.
Had nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with it.
But I just think that just needs to be thought through a little bit, and people need to be aware.
Yeah. I get the intention, definitely, but how can we be inclusive about things like that?
So I was reading a blog. So I read several blogs for this, and one of them, I read blogs on a thing called Bible.org, and they have a women's blog, and I frequently read that one because they have really good articles. And one of them said they had several articles on this Valentine's Day, and one of them was by a single lady. One of them was by a woman who said, "Don't be a Valentine's Day scrooge," and which I thought, oh, that's interesting, because she said there's too many put downs of Valentine's Day, but don't be a Scrooge about it, kind of thing. And then I read another one where a single woman was commenting on her blog on this site and just said, I just can't stand Valentine's Day. So I'm at work, and all of my coworkers got Valentines on their desk, or got flowers or something,
right?
And I don't have any, so I'm feeling already left out.
Yeah.
So she said she ordered flowers and would have them sent to herself, so she could have them on the desk too.
Is that would you say that's something that happens around here with staff? Do people come in with flowers? Do they get flowers sent to them on Valentine's Day? Have you seen it?
I have not seen that.
Okay. I'm like, let me tell Devin in case I have to fit in.
Maybe I could tell him that. How bad do you want those?
No, I don't. I don't.
We can have those show up for you.
Not if anybody else does do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, that's a sad reality, definitely.
Okay, so I was reading these blogs, and there's this tension, I think, a little bit with Valentine's Day. But I think there's some positive things that we can look at Valentine's Day, too. It's an opportunity to show a love and appreciation to your spouse.
Yeah.
And as Christians, we want to, make sure that we don't devalue marriage.
Right.
Which in our culture, maybe there's some devaluing of marriage. And we want to lift up a healthy mindset about marriage as well. So I think maybe Valentine's Day can be something profitable for that, and just also showing appreciation for other people.
Yeah, I agree. I think Valentine's Day forces, and it shouldn't be obligatory, but it does put it front and center in people's minds to pour into the relationships that they do have with people and the friendships that they have with people. And it reminds men to be chivalrous and have some kind of intention in the way that they date their spouses. So
Okay, you just used a word, chivalrous. Is that a real word?
Chivalrous is a word.
It is?
Yeah.
Chivalry.
Yeah, chivalry is a word, but then the adjective of that would be chivalrous. Like, he's very chivalrous, or he is chivalrous.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something new.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you used that word.
Okay. Why?
Well, I just think chivalry is fallen on hard times. It's looked down upon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say that chivalry is something that a lot of women still want. Maybe not in the biblical way, and maybe don't completely understand all the implications of chivalry, but I feel like it still exists. But sometimes there's pushback and kind of the pressure you were talking about of how do men do things, and how is it going to be perceived? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to be weird? Am I being chivalrous enough or not chivalrous at all? So, and then some of the implications of that for women. But I don't think it's fallen on hard times. I think it's just understood differently today.
Well, I think men are at a big disadvantage with this because we're so uncertain. Hey, can I do that? Is that frowned upon? Can I open a door for you?
Right.
Or something that might seem chivalrous, is that allowed? And so I think men can be in a bad situation where they just not sure.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guys, they want to honor women, and they're a little afraid about, I don't know what's going to be accepted.
Right. What's socially okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if that comes from maybe from different factors. Men feel that way.
Yeah, probably so. Different interactions with different women.
See, I grew up in a home in which my mother insisted on that you open the door for women.
Yeah.
And taught her boys that. And she also taught that you do that for every older person. And when you're a kid, everybody's older than you, so you're opening the door for everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
And you're always saying, I don't know if it's manners is the wrong word, but anyway, that there's just this idea of respect toward others.
A different etiquette. Yeah.
So I think men are in a little bit of disadvantage because maybe they want to be this way.
Yeah.
And they're a little uncertain what the ground rules are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with this, I was thinking about the whole Valentine's Day and what ways Christians can maybe use Valentine's Day as ministry. And one of the things I thought of was about people who are widows, that you send them, or widowers, either way, that you send them a gift. You send them flowers.
Yeah.
So if you know somebody who lost their husband, it's almost like saying, hey, we love you and we remember you even on this day. And and then you always say the person's name. So if they lost their husband and their husband's name was Jim, you just say, Jim passed away 4 years ago, but we just want to remember you on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I think that's one way that Christians can redeem Valentine's Day.
Yeah, some of that hurt.
Yeah, and reach out and just use it for ministry.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing I think that Christians can be aware of is that you can actually send flowers to a single person.
Yeah.
Or a gift or something.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
As long as you're not sending the message.
Don't
that
be
you're
a
crossing.
weirdo about it.
Yeah. Don't be weird about it. But, hey, we're thinking about you.
We know that Taylor Swift doesn't want you, so send some chocolate bars.
That was. I can't believe you said that. One of our staff members is going to cringe when they listen to this podcast. Okay. Oh my gosh! I didn't think you'd go there. All right. That's fair enough. So, but I think we can do that, right?
Yeah.
With folks, and just reach out to them, or even include them going out to dinner.
Yeah.
As well. I just think that could be a really good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So as Christians, I think that there's this positive thing about Valentine's Day that we can celebrate, love people, appreciate people in our families, those kinds of things, and also need to be aware of the negative things that we can inadvertently send messages that we're not intending to send, and be aware of that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. Anything else about Valentine's Day?
Enjoy it. Have fun, and think about other people while you're doing it.
Oh, did I already ask you this? Did you get a Valentine's Day for a gift for Devin?
Not yet. No.
This is your first Valentine's as a married woman, so not yet?
No, I'll probably get it tomorrow.
Okay.
Last minute. And a card.
A card. So it's Walmart.
Yes. No. Target.
Target.
Has
okay.
top tier cards. Yeah.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
Dairy Mart has cards too.
Oh, I hate Dairy Mart.
Okay, Dairy Mart's
Sorry, no, I don't hate Dairy Mart. It just creeps me out a little bit.
We won't go there. That's another podcast.
Sorry.
Okay. Things that creep Kaleea out. That'll be a future podcast. Okay. All right. Well, we're talking about Valentine's Day. It's coming up Monday. Just a reminder to all of you. It's coming up, so make sure you do something. Just want to encourage all the guys out there to do something on Valentine's Day. You could even send your mother a Valentine and tell her that you love her. And those
your sister.
Or your sister. Okay. My sister would be shocked, so I should probably do that.
You should do that.
I should do that. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I'm Steve, and happy Valentine's Day to you, and grace and peace be with you this week.